part of the show. So the better you are, okay, you see this gentleman? He's giving you this sign. It says, we're on in 10 seconds, so get ready to have a good time. Alright, here we go. This is exciting. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Because I'm looking for stuff that I can just post. I'm like, this is so good. That was like
Live on Tape from Hollywood, the Larry Sanders Show.
All right, everybody, who is ready for Easy Paradise? Monday, open mic Monday. We have the greatest in entertainment in New York. It's a variety pack. It is a Lunchable. Okay, this is charcuterie plate. The best of the best of the best of the best. Comedy, music, poetry. It's all here, baby. Performance art. We have amazing dancers. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out. You guys are the real heroes. You're the real heroes, the artists of New York. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. I cannot wait to see you. Come on, week after week after week, people listen. We're putting in the hours. We're doing the work. And I'm super excited this week because it looks like there might be a political future. Who knows? But thank you for coming out. It's a 2 drink minute. It's a 5-minute time limit per performer. I thought I'm going to try something a little different this week to kind of start things out. I thought, because I want to experiment kind of with talking, and I want to get into talking to people without having to be funny. There's no pressure to be funny, you know. If you're a comedian, and it's just better, just say something interesting. We love interesting talking, and so I want to experiment. I'm using my stage time as a sort of a laboratory to experiment with some live speech. I think part of it with the open mic is I want to kind of like have an experimental kind of program of in-between work where it's not quite stand-up comedy, it's not quite poetry, it's whatever you want it to be. It's a lecture, it's just it's just food, it's live yap sesh, okay? It's just live yap sesh. So I thought this week I want to improvise a 10-minute play. So I love 10-minute plays. 10-minute plays, I think, are the ultimate art form, actually. I'm sure, how many people here have written a 10-minute play? Just a round of applause if you, yes, exactly. It's a great, go do yourself a favor, improvise a 10-minute play. I'm gonna improvise a 10-minute play right now, but it's gonna be probably like 6 or 7 minutes. So I'm running the tech, so it's in a car, it takes place in a car. That's all I have, that's all I have. Okay, so I saw this interview with Matt Weiner in the Paris Review where he said he writes all of the Mad Men scripts through his tape recorder. He doesn't actually write anything down. He does all the characters' voices himself, and that's how he gets this kind of spontaneity and the kind of beauty of the kind of poetry of the speech. So I thought I would experiment with that while I'm driving. I have to do these deliveries and stuff, so I've got some time here. I've got hands-free communication, so I'm kind of trying to figure out. It's like I had that one idea for a play. It was like, I didn't submit it, but it was this guy Phil Shapp. There used to be this guy at Phil Shapp, New York City, WNYC radio, who he was like the jazz kind of know-it-all. I mean, he was an encyclopedic kind of resource, and he would be on the radio kind of as much as the jazz guys, and it was just avalanches and avalanches of knowledge and speech and kind of like text. This kind of like this silence was so dark, you could feel this kind of like black background of kind of text. And so I had this idea for a play where I wanted to do a play. My friend who's a director, she got a commission to do plays about the subway. And so my idea was, I wanted to do a play about the subway where the conductor was like a host, and the conductor just was like Phil Shapp. And Phil Shapp was just kind of like describing, just endlessly, I don't even know what, some kind of arcane, just endless monologue. I love monologues, I love listening, and I want to kind of bring that. And I thought, maybe in the subway car, there will be like dancers, there will be some kind of pantomime or something to kind of counteract the vocal and the kind of verbal, just kind of like waterfall of just like text. So that was a play. I remember when she talked about it, I told her, I still was kind of like had it like on the boiler, it was just still kind of like simmering, and she's like, we'll let it simmer a while, so we never did it. But that was just one idea. I mean, I've had a lot of ideas for plays that I just never wrote, it was like this fucking play on fucking Broadway right now, Stereophonic, is like takes place in a record. I had that idea. I wrote a play called Band Practice. Remember Band Practice? Band Practice was a play about, it was supposed to be a musical, and it was like you were supposed to go on tour with this play. It was about a band and kind of band drama, and it was just kind of naturalism. I always want to do, now naturalism is everywhere. Now everybody's doing naturalism, so what do? That's why I feel like I kind of have to script something. Like I want to do a 10-minute play again, because I feel like everybody's just recording and documenting and kind of just like, we're just seeing kind of life how it actually is. But one of the best plays I really would like to get on this is, I remember one time back, probably like 2005, it was like Bush era, we went and picked my mom up from work, and I remember it was like icy, she worked downtown, she worked at a law firm, corporate, Schottenstein, Zox and Dunn. And, at the time I was probably like, I was in college, and I was trying to figure out how to write plays and stuff. And so, this whole ride home, from her work to home, to our home, I remember just sitting with my mom and my stepdad Dave, and just thinking, I'm gonna write a play about this, how they just like, they're telling me to get a job, and this is the thing I hate about summertime. It's like you gotta go out and get a job, you gotta go out and earn money. It's like we're driving home kind of like in the freezing kind of Ohio winter. We're in this traffic jam, and at the time it was sort of just like a vlog. It was like I just wanted to kind of record what my mom was saying, and our kind of just our relationship, and that at the time it seemed like very inconsequential, and it seemed like it really didn't matter. But I really wish I had that play, because it was kind of in that era before everything got documented, and I wish I had that kind of slice of life. I think that might be actually really interesting. These things that are just kind of reality, that don't really feel like important and dramatic. I think that might actually be. I just like to see kind of what that relationship was like, and just that I'd like to go back in time, and pick my mom up from work again. Thank you. All right, so that was improvised 10-minute play. And you don't have to do that. I cannot wait to see all the amazing poetry and all the things that people are bringing into this room. We have some really exciting acts. It's packed in here. Give yourselves a big round of applause if you want to come in, sit on the floor, whatever you want to do, whatever you're into. Once again, see my man Jack Strybeck at the bar for that 2-drink minimum. He just got back from an amazing trip, so give him a little something extra. Just let him know he's appreciated in the house, and we're gonna have a great time. Thank you again. It's a 5-minute time limit per performer. We're very excited about this first performer. Could we get Maria Klamashkina? Give it up for Maria Klamashkina, everybody.
Alright, so I'm Maria, that's right, and I'm from Russia. I'm only here because I thought I'm coming into the KGB office, but I'll do some jokes, whatever. And what a better way to start your Monday night with a angry Russian female comedian talking about politics, right? Woo! Woo! Yeah, elections! Woo! So everybody's losing their shit in New York. Everyone is scared that Trump is going to win. I'm not worried. Like, even if he wins, like, it's gonna be 4 years. Listen, guys, like, in Russia, where I'm from, presidential terms are infinite. Like, just 4 years, suck it up. On a personal note, this will be my first time voting for president as an American citizen. And I feel like truly both humbled and honored to fulfill my democratic duty and vote for a candidate that I believe in. And even though I don't think Putin is going to win this election, but I'm excited to, my vote being counted. And, if it's not him, I hope it's Kamala. Like, I like Kamala, like she's smart, she's competent, she has this grit, she got balls. She's also cute, like, right? Like, I don't know. If I were gay, I would totally fuck her. But back to balls. Have you ever thought about Trump's balls? Now it's your time. Let's think about it. Like, I bet, like, if I think about how they look, I bet they're tiny, very pale, like patchy hair. I think he dyes them too, and I always imagine his balls hairstylist, like one day she messed up, and like they're whatever, green or purple. And then, like, if I think about how they feel, yeah, how do they feel? What do you think?
Like hell.
Like hell. Yeah, I imagine like poached eggs, but like not chicken poached eggs, but like quail. How do they taste? So, and if, in case you were wondering, where am I going with this? That's fucking it. I just had to think about his balls for this joke, and I didn't want to be the only one traumatized by this fucking shit. And this was my hard pivot to mental health. I like that mental health is a thing these days, but not everywhere. In Russia, like, if you have anxiety or depression, it's diagnosed as being a pussy. But like in America, on the other hand, I think like it's a little too much. Like mental health has gotten so mainstream that people like start diagnosing non-existent mental health problems after watching TikTok and Instagram videos. And like I was curious, like how many people, like I did the research, how many people have, like what percentage of population have autism? 1%. ADHD, 3%. Anxiety, 4%. So somehow 98.5% of Bushwick population claim to have at least one of these diagnoses. And like, I don't know how to explain that other than like it must be side effect of polyamory. And like, don't get me wrong, and I'm wrapping it up. I think it's great. Like, it's amazing that there is less stigma around mental health, and the people that have like actual real diagnosis can get the help they need. But if you put yourself on the spectrum after watching an Instagram video, well, you don't have autism. You're just fucking retarded. Thank you. That's my time.
Give it up for Maria Klamashkina. That was amazing. Wow, topical, we love it. It's going to get interesting this year with the political dynamic, but the nails, give it up for just the whole outfit. Give it, you're from out of town, or you're here?
No, I'm here.
All right, well, give it up for Maria, everybody. Fantastic. Great work. All right, we're very excited about this next. Oh God, I had stickers. Where did they go? Okay, you got to see Secret Pete's is this Thursday at Pete's Candy Store in Williamsburg. Fresh off the New York Poetry Festival, she's working on a podcast that I believe involves a writer who's wrote some movie with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent and Mickey Rourke. So all of your favorites, give it up for the great REG. Everybody gonna read some poetry from REG.
If I've got time at the end, I'll do a full plug of the podcast and Secret Pete's. I got stickers. And yes, the head writer of the podcast, Koji Stephen Sakai, has written movies with Mickey Rourke, Dermot Mulroney, Cuba Gooding Jr., and he's also doing this podcast with Elena like me. So, all right. I'm going to read a poem, and it's relatively short, so maybe we'll be singing. We'll see. The shrink innocently asks me to tell her a story, as if we don't both know what we're doing that day. I watch him like a damsel on the railway. He walks the way men think men walk. The fellow spot reflects on his hair gel, and I think to myself, that's a lot of hair gel. Wraps thighs around his date's thighs. He fingers her fingers, plays smolders at the blonde behind, ogles the crop top crossing the room, turns to leer at my tits. What's new? In this night market on the Lower East Side, I can't tell if the glasses are real or polycarbonate, if the cushions come from urban or a market in Amman. What matters is that meat here chooses the selling. Even wealth can't spare desire from anyone. In the land before people started calling me ma'am, on Tuesdays I'd go dancing at the Bebop. Yet the Bebop has since closed its doors. The men and their guitars have all gone home. No one even gets drunk there anymore. You perform the rules until the realizations hit. Perform until you're sure you've won the game. When you learn life's just a sideshow, the world a circus tent. There is no fire exit. They painted it shut. Dropped a curtain on you, letting out the fly. Couldn't say if we'd been frontlit with a 50 or a 36. To me, it was all just Roscoe number 5. The proscenium limits motion and distorts sound. Things here are never quite theater in the round. I remind myself, apathy's not striving when it comes to playing chicken with a Mack truck. Like the latent peach fuzz on a woman's chin, the line between empathy and tolerance is made up. Waiting on some justice you'll never get. Living doubt when you think that Dharma's dumb. Seeking out stimuli to confirm the belief it looks like depression and goodness me. So afraid to yell at gods, as if gods have never heard anyone scream. Living autofiction you'd never sell, when anything you say or do can be threatening. If the icon shows up saying change or die, a burning bush isn't going to do the trick. This magic isn't fate or cosmic science, it's just object permanence and safety, and it's theater of the mind in every breath. There's a version of reality I keep swinging by, where I stop trying, but I don't give up. Where I learn firefighting to light myself, make poetic justice the pyre of choice. Picture wakefulness in every surgery. It's peak David Lynch, and dare I say it's sexy, knowing magic is the most human thing of all. I am here, a designated gross observer, delusional substitute at whom neuroses you project. Yet somehow I'm suddenly in charge of everything. The power flips decession into living aspect. My vestments are pure imagination. New scenery, dots the same, mise en scène. See the cow jump over the snake to bite its tail, and the small dog laugh at ritual's end. So for sport, for symbol, and of course for all your dead gods, I breathe tabula rasa start it again. Thank you. I'm just gonna sing like a verse of it's the Joni Mitchell song, Both Sides Now, and then I'll very quickly plug my thing and bring you stickers. Roars and floors of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feathery canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow